My dad accidentally rear-ended a Maybach. Then this ice-cold heiress from the capital stepped out. My dad clutched his head and nervously asked, "Can I pay in installments?" "Over 3 generations." Then he shoved me over. This is the 2nd generation. To escape that heiress from the capital, I ran overnight to a small coastal town. I was living in peace, until she nearly turned the whole capital upside down. It's been over 2 years since I left the capital. Back then, my dad owed 500,000 and used me to pay it off. Then he turned around and handed me over to the heiress. Chin Xia was the one in charge of the Chin family in the capital. She ruled that circle with an iron grip. I spent 5 years with the Chin family. I stayed by her side as she grew from a teenage girl into a polished graduate, and she always called me Xiao Jiu. But to me, a debt was a debt. I saw myself as nothing more than a servant in the Chin house. The year I made 2 million writing novels, I wired Chin Xia 1.5 million. Then I snapped my bank card in half and canceled my phone number. I packed a few simple clothes and waited for the chance, while her family had her busy with blind dates. I took the remaining 500,000, left the Chin family, and finally got my freedom. I changed my name from Lin Jiu to Chen Ling Lin. Then I hid out in a small seaside county and opened a guest house by the water. Business was up and down over the years, but I still made decent money. At first, there were missing person searches everywhere. I figured since I'd paid back the Chin family, Chin Xia probably just couldn't let go of all those years I spent with her. Maybe she wanted answers. I thought she'd stop looking after a while until recently. The search quietly started dying down back in the capital. I figured Chin Xia had forgotten me by now, and I finally relaxed. It was time for me to get back out there and work, instead of living off my savings forever. I also wanted to see home again, so I took a train ride that lasted a full day and night. I went back to the place where I was born, and with a little asking around, I found my parents' place. They were doing pretty well there too, and they were kind of known around town. People nearby said the family had a capable youngest son who'd ended up with a powerful family in the capital. That family took great care of them, so even the local big shots didn't dare cross them. They got plenty of perks out of it. All 5 brothers got an education and jobs. As for the 3 sisters, they got married early, and some of them still lived at home after marriage. One day my parents went out shopping and I pretended to browse around while following behind them. When I heard what they were saying, I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Where the hell did that brat run off to? Why leave the Chin family? What's he running around for? What a waste. I found him a great backer. It was the young lady herself. They've come asking about him how many times now? If I knew where that little punk went, I'd tie him up and send him right back to the Chin family. Exactly. Look how good the Chin family was to us. They bought us a house and a car. Thanks to them, all our sons found good wives. What is there to complain about? I'd been away from home for so many years, and my parents never came to see me even once. At first, I used to hope they'd come see me or earn enough money to buy me back. But little by little, I stopped hoping. They'd probably forgotten they even had a son they sold off. I'd been hiding for 2 years, and when I finally had time to come see my parents, I realized they still remembered me. Just not the real me. Only the version of me living the good life with the Chin family. Looks like there was no going back to that home. That same night, I took a ride back to the county. I buried myself in sleep for 2 days, but in the end, I decided to try working as a waiter at a hotel in town. The job seemed simple enough. It wouldn't draw too much attention, and the hotel owner interviewed me. He saw I looked decent and had me start that very same day. I'd never worked a real job before. It was my first time. I didn't expect even a simple job like this would come with people looking down on me. "Hey, Xiaolin, go up front for a second." When the manager called me over, he was already sweating bullets. "Perfect timing, we've got a difficult guest. Nobody else wants to deal with her, so you're up. Go on, just don't offend this lady from the capital. She's a big client." I had no choice but to push the door open and ask what she needed. The girl across from me stared for a long second. "Why do you look familiar?" "You must have the wrong person. In a place this small, how could there be anyone you'd know here?" "Miss, what can I help you with?"
Is your last name Lin? Are you Lin